Are you in need of a mindset reset when it comes to your weight loss? If yes, I'm sharing my practice with you today. Let's change the weight loss conversation together. Welcome back to my channel. I am Juliana. And if you're new here, make sure to hit the subscribe button below so you're notified when I release new videos. And today is a very special episode for me because I'm going to share with you my practice, my daily practice to stay on track in my weight loss efforts. I've been on this weight loss journey in industry for many years now, over 10 years. And I really wanted to bring you my perspective, what I do every day, especially for the days that things got a little tougher. Okay, so the first thing that I want you to remember, or if not remember, activate in your mind, is that weight loss, sustainable weight loss, is actually a daily practice. And what I mean by that is that it's not about sprinting or just like getting to destination, it doesn't have to be painful. This is a process. And the reason why I love to look at it as weight release is that the release, yes, it has to do with the foods you put in your body. Yes, it has to do with your hormones or the imbalance. But most importantly, weight release has to do with your emotions, with how we feel every day. And so many women lose track of their progress because they're using food and alcohol, all those things, to self-regulate how they feel. So the first thing is, remember, this is a journey. This is every single day is a step forward. It's progress. It's about progression. It's not about perfection, if that makes sense. The second thing that I wanted to share with you that I do is that anything that you want to accomplish that has that, journey aspect to it, I think it's really important to have a routine attached to it. And mind you, I'm someone that does not like routine. I really don't. I need every day to be different, to be unique. Otherwise, I get super bored. And that's true for my food as well, for everything. Otherwise, I get really bored really quickly. So if you love routine, that's fine. But if you don't, what I wanted to share with you is the concept that by creating this quotations routine, all we're putting in place is a structure. But inside that structure, you can keep your flow. And that's what I do. So my routine basically consists of having a very particular morning routine. And that's how I start each day. But what I do in the morning routine will vary depending on how I feel, what is going on. But it usually starts with some sort of meditative practice, just sort of contemplating, thinking about the day. And then I like to write down what are my priorities for the day. Why is this important? One, the meditative practice is very much the way I do it. It's all about connecting with my body. But very importantly, one of my favorite meditations that I have that's actually part of my program, the Weight Release Shift, is a visualization so I can feel in my core what it feels like today of how I want to feel when the weight is released. So this is very much bringing that feeling of what you want to achieve to the present moment. But if you have a different meditation or something else that just kind of calms your mind to really kind of clear your mind to start the day, that's awesome. And then the second thing that I do, like I said, is writing my priorities, because anytime we act in priorities, and I'm going to put another video here so that you can check it out afterwards, that kind of goes into this a little bit deeper in terms of the whole priority thing. But when you are within your priority zone, chances are that we're going to be more motivated, intrinsically motivated. We're not as distracted. And I have noticed with myself and clients all over for over many years that when we act outside of those higher priorities, when we're doing tasks that we resent or don't want to do, that are not inspiring to us, that's when cravings come up. That's when distractions, that's when we keep thinking about food, even if we're not hungry, that type of thing. So staying in priority is so important. So I start the morning with whatever meditative practice that speaks to me that day. And then I write my priorities list and I stick to that as much as possible. So again, we're creating a structure, but within that structure, you can flow. And then the last thing, so this last piece of my practice is when a craving arises, I ask myself a series of questions, because the more clarity you get on the root cause of how and why you're feeling those feelings, the easier it is to dissolve them. Because like one of my mentors say, you can't solve a problem, you have to evolve past the problem so it dissolves itself. And I love that concept. So when you have, say, a craving for whatever reason, I always like to ask myself, what was the feeling that triggered it? Did I feel overwhelmed because of my workload? Did I feel sad because of some news? Or what was that feeling? And then the next question that I ask is, what was the emotion that I was either trying to recreate, if it's comfort food, or what is the emotion I'm trying to avoid, if it's an emotion that I really do not want to be part of. So am I seeking to feel a certain way, or am I escaping the way that I feel? Because the more you understand this is a trigger and this is how it made me feel and this is what I'm seeking, the easier it becomes to find other tools, other ways that does not compromise your weight loss journey to replace it with, until you're able to just manage those emotions and let them pass through you, rather than getting those emotions stuck. So we need to use something like food, treats, salty chips, whatever, to really dissolve them. So I hope that this is helpful, and I really wanted to share this perspective, and this is my practice. This is what I do on a daily basis, and the more time I dedicate, more attention I give to this type of practice, the more free I feel and the easier it becomes. At the beginning, putting a little bit of structure is important, but then you can really go with the flow and allow yourself, just your intuition, to guide you, work through letting emotions pass through you, rather than, getting stuck and you have to deal with them through other means, and look for alternatives in ways that don't compromise your weight release practice, but it still helps you facilitate that transformation. So let me know in the comments, what is your commitment in terms of what you're going to do to navigate this building of your weight loss mindset morning routine. I'll see you again next week.